Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Brielle Tarot, where the universe reveals the truth you were meant to hear, not what others want you to believe. If you're new here, hi, my loves. I'm Brielle, your intuitive reader and cosmic bestie, here to help you understand the energy that's been surrounding you. Today's message is for my unique, unpredictable, and captivating Aquarius, and Spirit is being very clear right now. You won't believe this. Here's what they're saying about you. I can feel the chatter, the curiosity, the energy of people who can't quite figure you out. Some admire you, some envy you, and some just can't stop talking about you, even when you're not around. But Spirit says, Aquarius, it's time to see why your name is echoing in so many conversations and what the truth behind their words actually means for your journey. So take a deep breath, protect your energy, and let's see what's really being said about you and why it matters more than you think. The first card that came out is Five of Pentacles, showing a past filled with struggle and a sense of abandonment. There was a time when you felt so alone, like no one truly understood you, and even those you trusted suddenly pulled away without any clear reason. But the universe was actually testing you back then, not to hurt you, but to build new strength within you. Then comes Two of Pentacles. This is your energy trying to balance everything you've been juggling: work, emotions, and responsibilities while still trying to appear calm. People around you may not realize how heavy it's been for you to hold everything together. They only see your smile, not your exhaustion. But that's exactly your charm. You're strong without needing to say much. Next, the Star. And this is absolutely beautiful. It's a sign of renewed hope. You've started to realize that you don't need anyone's validation to be happy. You're healing from old wounds and your light is beginning to shine again. People around you are starting to notice that change. Some admire it, others envy it. They see you becoming calmer, more self-assured, and grounded in who you are. Then, the Moon appears, revealing that there are still things you don't fully know. Someone out there is secretly thinking about you but doesn't have the courage to admit it. The energy is very mysterious, like someone who still misses you but is afraid to say it. They pretend to be busy, to have moved on, but in truth, your presence still lingers strongly in their mind. Moving to Queen of Wands, your energy begins to radiate powerfully. You're becoming aware of your own worth. Warm, charismatic, and now carrying an aura that's hard to ignore. Many people are drawn to you, yet some are intimidated because you seem too confident, too sure of yourself. You no longer need to prove anything, asio. You know you're enough. Next comes King of Wands, symbolizing power and ambition. This could represent you now taking control of your life or someone who admires your fiery spirit. Perhaps someone who once underestimated you, but is now amazed by how much you've grown. Then Four of Pentacles. Reversed appears. This speaks of someone beginning to feel they've lost control. In the past, they might have been selfish, holding their emotions back, and now the tables have turned. They're afraid of losing the chance to get close to you again. They realize they shouldn't have let you go so easily. Nine of Pentacles reversed carries the energy of learning to release perfectionism. You've realized that happiness doesn't always come from big achievements. You're now appreciating the little things: peace, stillness, and sincerity. But on the other side, someone sees you as being far above them, and that makes them feel insecure. Then comes Four of Cups, bringing a message of reflections. You may now be in a phase of reassessing. Who truly deserves a place in your life? Sometimes you feel bored or emotionally stuck, but the universe is saying, don't close your heart, because something you think is insignificant might actually be your next big blessing. The Hermit deepens this energy. You're entering a phase of deep introspection. You're starting to understand the meaning behind everything that's happened. You're no longer angry. Instead, you're grateful. And from that place of peace, you're glowing even more. Because you've truly made peace with yourself. Then Two of Wands shows up, meaning you're starting to look ahead with a new perspective. You're daring to plan something big again, whether it's career, love, or a personal dream. You're no longer afraid of failure because you've already fallen and risen before. Finally, Ace of Pentacles appears as a beautiful closing. A sign of new beginnings, luck, and great opportunities coming your way. The universe seems to say, see, everything you once cried over was just leading you toward something better. This energy is full of blessings, stability, and genuine happiness. You're not just healed. You've been reborn as the best version of yourself. Now, who is secretly still thinking about you? The first card is Seven of Pentacles, showing someone who's deeply reflecting on what the two of you once built together. This person is now wondering, did I make a mistake back then? Did I give up too soon? Regret is starting to surface in their mind. They're looking back to the days when you used to talk often, support each other, and share the same dreams. And now they realize that connection wasn't meaningless. You once were someone very special to them, maybe even the only person who truly understood them. Next comes the Hierophant, a powerful card showing that this person is learning from their past mistakes. They may seem quiet on the outside, but inside, they're going through a deep transformation. They're starting to understand the value of commitment, responsibility, and maturity. If they were once indifferent, now they see how precious your honesty and loyalty were. They might even be seeking spiritual signs or divine messages about you, through dreams, prayers, or songs that remind them of you. You still appear in subtle ways in their life. Then appears Two of Swords, symbolizing confusion, hesitation, and inner conflict. This person is torn between two choices: to move on and pretend everything's over, or to be honest with themselves and admit they still care. The problem is, they're afraid of rejection, afraid that you no longer have space for them, so they choose silence. But in that silence, you occupy their mind even more. Their nights are restless, their heart unfocused, and they feel a tightness in their chest whenever your name crosses their thoughts. The next card, Queen of Swords, represents your energy. You've become wiser, more assertive, and emotionally strong. You've learned from the past when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to let go. You're no longer the same person. You may have once been open, soft, and patient, but now you have boundaries, and they can feel that shift. They know you're no longer as approachable as before, and that confuses them even more. But beneath that fear lies admiration. They admire your growth, your strength, intelligence, and calm yet firm way of speaking. And that's what makes you even harder to forget. Then comes Queen of Wands, which is very interesting. It shows that you now have a radiant, magnetic aura. You're shining effortlessly. Many things in your life are improving, and your energy is captivating. This person watches from afar, maybe through social media or mutual friends, and every time they see you, they feel mixed emotions: admiration, longing, and regret. They know you've grown into a confident person who knows what you want and isn't afraid to stand alone. But at the same time, they feel a deep sense of loss. Not just losing the relationship, but losing the version of you who was always there for them. Next appears Seven of Swords, showing secrecy. This person still hasn't been completely honest. They're hiding their true feelings. There's a hint of subtle manipulation, not out of malice, but fear of losing control. They still check up on you, still look at your posts, but pretend not to care. Sometimes they want to reach out, but stop themselves. Part of them wants to say, "I still love you," but their ego holds them back. That's why they remain stuck, thinking of you constantly yet doing nothing. When Six of Cups shows up, everything becomes clear. This is the card of nostalgia, memories, and the past that still lingers. This person often remembers the little moments you shared, the way you spoke, your laugh, even small things like your favorite drink or how you texted. Maybe for you, it's all in the past, but for them, it still feels warm and alive. You were home to them, a feeling they can't find anywhere else. Sometimes they regret not appreciating you more when they had the chance. They may have tried to move on with someone new, but no one compares to the comfort they felt with you. Then Four of Pentacles appears, explaining why they're still stuck. This is someone who struggles to let go. On the outside, they look composed and logical, but inside they're still holding tightly onto your memory. They won't admit it, but they're terrified of losing you completely. There's a subtle possessive energy, as if part of them still believes you're theirs, even though you've moved far ahead. Sometimes they think, if only I hadn't let them go, but it's too late. Finally, Nine of Cups closes the reading. This card usually means emotional fulfillment, but in this case, it shows that they're not truly happy. They try to appear fine, posting happy moments, pretending to have moved on, but it's just a mask. Deep down, something is missing. You're the missing piece in their heart. No matter what they achieve, there's always that quiet whisper inside saying, why do I still think about them? So, who's secretly still thinking about you? It's someone who once shared a deep connection with you, whether a lover, a close friend, or someone who meant a lot but drifted away because of misunderstanding. They're not great at expressing emotions, maybe a bit stubborn, but they can't lie to themselves. Their energy still clings to yours. And the most interesting part? Every time you suddenly think of this person without knowing why, it might be because they thought of you first. You may have moved on, but spiritually, the connection still lingers. They keep looking for your essence in others, but can't find it. The more they try to forget, the more you appear. In dreams, in songs, in tiny coincidences. You were their greatest lesson. Not because you were perfect, but because you were genuine, honest, and real. And though they may never say it aloud, deep down they know, you are someone they'll never truly replace. Aquarius, Spirit wants you to remember. People talk about energy they can't forget. And right now your presence is unforgettable. Whether it's admiration, confusion, or even jealousy, your light is stirring something deep in others. Don't let their words pull you down. Let them remind you of your impact. The more you stay true to yourself, the more their whispers turn into respect. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you'll never miss another divine revelation meant just for you. Remember, my loves, when they talk, it's proof that you've made an impression. Stay radiant, stay mysterious, and keep being the energy they can't stop noticing. I'm Brielle. And this was your message from the universe. Keep glowing, keep rising, and let them keep talking.